As more individuals and institutions enter the crypto space, the need for secure storage of digital assets becomes paramount. In the next fireside chat, the CEO of Ledger will show us how the company is leading the charge to provide secure, user-friendly solutions that help build trust in the cryptocurrency ecosystem, paving the way to mass adoption. So I would love to invite onto the stage the chairman and CEO of Ledger, Pascal Gauthier, and business journalist at CNBC Arabia, Maisa Eid. Big round of applause, please. Come on up.
Welcome, everyone. It's a real privilege to be here at Blockchain Live Dubai 2024 to have an interesting discussion with the chairman and CEO of Ledger, Pascal Gauthier. I'm Maisa Eid, the business journalist at CNBC Arabia, and we have a lot to talk about in this panel. So we will talk what's new and next in the crypto security. We will focus about decentralized finance since it's the trend nowadays. And most importantly, we'll talk about how the crypto world is now larger than ever, and it's influencing important events such as the US elections, for example. And that's why it's really important to make it secure. So with no further introduction, I'd like to go to Pascal directly and congratulate him for the 10-year remark on his journey in this industry, in securing digital assets. And first, Pascal, congratulations. It's a huge milestone. I want you to tell us about the proudest moments during this journey and what are some milestones that led Ledger into this remarkable date today.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the introduction. Hi, everyone. You know, this is a very proud moment. Yeah. 10 years ago, in crypto, when you were talking about Bitcoin, people would look at you with a little smile and very quickly ignored you because, you know, 2014 was a very different time. And so to be here on stage with you, CNBC, with the big screen and, you know, this big attendance is such a shift. And so for me, it's such an honor to be here in front of you today and such a great pleasure. And these kind of little moments like this, you know, where, you know, I remember 14, 15, 16, my God, like, you know, these were terrible years, very difficult. Nothing was happening. And so to see a crowd like this here today, you know, it's amazing. But more importantly, you know, I always do a test. So you raise your hand if you own a ledger. Wow, okay, that's that. Okay, so also for me, that's a very proud moment because, you know, from when we started Ledger in 14, 15, we didn't really know if a hardware wallet would be a thing. You know, every year we were thinking till 17 in the bull run, we were thinking maybe we stop that business and we do something else in blockchain, you know. And suddenly in 17 it became a thing. And when I see a room like this and people raise their hand when I say, "Do you have a ledger?" You know, it's really great. But one of the big moments for me personally, and as a CEO of Ledger, because I was trusted with the job 5 years ago, was the launch of the new products, Ledger Stacks, Ledger Flex. And for me, this is a big moment because I heard DeFi earlier, and you know, the business is moving so fast now, and usage are moving so fast that you need to adapt hardware to the new usage. And so, for me, now is a good moment because I'm not looking back at the 10 years. I do, you know, for memories, but I'm looking forward to the next 10 years, which I think are going to be even more exciting.
Yes, so you mentioned the Ledger Flex and Ledger Stacks. Can you tell us how these products, first of all, help users how to interact with their digital assets, how they change the game, and second, how they are making it secure for users?
Yeah, so first and foremost, security never changes. So even if we bring new products to the market, they're not more secure. They bring the same security, which is, absolute security to your assets. This is the game that we're trying to play. So the new products are not more secure, but they're much easier to use. We come from an industry that is very geeky, and it's very normal. Developers are first. Developers are the reason why this market exists. And so when you start developing product, it's developers that are first doing it. And they develop products for other developers. And so the first ledger products were very hard to use. Easy to use probably for cryptographers and hardcore developers, but not so easy to use for the general public, the general audience. But as the market grows, you have more and more people that are newbies that are coming to the market and don't want to go to the hustle of trying to understand how a product works, and they just want something that is easy to use. And sometimes security and ease of use, they are opposing each other, right? Yeah. If you want to make something very secure, sometimes it's very hard to access or very hard to use for security reasons. And so it's a bit of a challenge that we took on to try to design new products that were much easier to use and still as secure. And the reason why we did it is because we knew from our current customers and the people coming that sometimes they were not at ease to use self-custody or to trust themselves because mostly of the onboarding process, number one, and then the ease of use or the everyday ease of use. And I can say with pride that Stacks and Flex, they are actually fulfilling that dream of having a product that is now easy to use and almost for everyone. And I'm not saying it, users are saying it online. We have so many reviews now. So pretty happy with what's out there.
Yes. So Pascal, everyone now is talking about AI. We are living in an AI world, in a technological revolution. How are you integrating AI and technology into these products? And how are you making it easier and seamless for user experience?
So I would say that our products are more like anti-AI than AI-enabled, in the sense that if you think about AI, you can think about it as digital abundance. You can think about it as, robot, artificial intelligence, something that is non-human, where cryptography actually and your ledger is what makes you profoundly human. Only human can sort of take a ledger and prove something. When you do a Bitcoin transaction with a ledger, what you're really doing is you're proving that you're the owner of a private key. That's really what you're doing. And so very similarly with your ledger, what you can do is prove a lot of things in a cryptographic manner. Because only you control the ledger and only you control the secrets in the ledger, you're going to be able to start proving a lot of things. Proving that you're human, proving that you're 18, proving that you're from the UAE or the United States, etc. Many things. And actually, that is the yin to the yang to what AI is. If AI is abundance, cryptography is scarcity, and you are going to need that in the world. Like, how are you going to differentiate a non-human intelligence from a human intelligence? Probably because you have a ledger in your hand, and you're going to be able to prove that you're human.
Yes. Let's shift into a topic that I think many of the ones attending this panel wants to know. How does Ledger make it secure for users? And here I'm not only talking about the individual users, but also in the institutional level, in B2B partnerships. How do you make sure it's safe for users?
So I think if you want to narrow down Ledger to two critical inventions, one is a secure operating system that we can run in any secure hardware environment. It sounds crazy to say it like this, but Ledger has the only secure operating system for crypto and blockchain today in the world. And we are coding it directly on the silicium of a secure element or coding it directly into a hardware security module, which is basically a very secure server. And the second thing that we do that is very unique is once we've done that, we are connecting your hardware security with the operating system to screen and buttons. And so what you really have with your Ledger is a secure screen. It sounds crazy like this, but I presented this a few years ago to the chief strategist of Samsung. And for him, he looked at the product, and his first sentence was like, wow, you actually have a secure screen. And it was interesting for me to see, because we knew we had a secure screen, but it was very obvious for Samsung that they don't. What you don't have with your phone and your computer are secure screens. And because your screens are not secure on phone and computers, basically attackers can put whatever they want on the screen, or whatever you see on the screen is not really what's going to happen in the background. And so this ability to have your private keys secure by Ledger, but also to have a secure screen, is very unique in the way that you can do security in the space. And therefore, we can enforce initiatives like clear signing. And this is why Ledger Stacks and Flex are so important to the future. You have bigger screens, bigger secure screens that are touch screens where you can clear sign every transaction. Right now, most of the market is blind signing, which is poor in terms of security, and we're trying to switch the market to clear signing everything, because this is where you get maximum security. If you don't see a transaction on a secure screen, then you cannot sign a transaction.
Yes, there's also the multi-signature technology. How is it helping in making the user, for example, helping in making a seamless experience for the users and also more secure?
Yeah, multi-sig is part, like, look, security is not just one thing. It's like multiple things that you need to do at the same time in order to be very secure. So multi-sig is definitely part of, security in terms of the governance that you want to put on your coins. But, and we have a very recent example, if you're multi-signing something blind, you can still be hacked. So the combination of multi-sig plus clear signing on a secure screen is actually what makes your security absolute.
Pascal, there's always a debate between which is more secure, hardware wallets or software wallets. What's your take, and what do you think the pros and cons of each one?
So there's no debate. Sorry, but there's no debate. So first, it really depends what we're talking about. If we're talking about self-custody, true self-custody, where you actually own your coins, then there is no debate. Hardware is more secure than software. The main reason is what I explained. Your software is going to run on a very insecure hardware environment. If your software runs on your phone or on your computer, every attack is coming from the operating system, and so therefore whatever sits on top of the operating system by definition can be compromised. So there is no way to truly secure software. Now, if you say, okay, but what about, shit, I don't even remember what it's called, what Fireblocks is doing, MPC. Well, what about MPC, etc.? Okay, but then you're not in self-custody anymore. At some point, you have to compromise, self-custody for something else, so you can be, software only. But even that is not really true. MPC runs on secure hardware as well, and MPC has been breached and hacked in a few ways because it's a very new technology. So I would say, if you want to be in self-custody, there is no other way but to have hardware security around your self-custody if you want to be absolutely secure. Now, if you have $100 and you want to buy coffee, you can use a software wallet. Okay. Just know that maybe one day, you will, wake up and your $100 will be gone. But similarly, when you have $100 in your pocket, okay, maybe someone is going to take it from you, maybe you're going to drop it on the floor, but it's acceptable. So depending on what kind of money you're trying to secure, if it's a lot of money, I would go hardware in a heartbeat. If it's $100 to buy coffee, I would use a software wallet.
Yes. Pascal, we were talking backstage about how Ledger is expanding and the headquarters is in Paris. I want to ask, what locations are specifically attractive for Ledger, let's say in terms of regulations? What places do you think of expanding in it more, and where do you look at?
Here.
I mean in terms of locations.
No, here, the UAE, like Abu Dhabi, Dubai, etc. This is the crypto hub. We come here very frequently. I come here very frequently. I love to be in these conferences. I mean, the world, either the world of crypto is in Dubai or the world of crypto comes to Dubai. And so Dubai has become like a real hub for crypto. And it's not fake. It's actually real. Like a lot of businesses have their headquarters here. A lot of businesses come here to present. I asked my team to create a booth that you can see here at Blockchain Live, where we are selling the products, Stacks and Flex. And the reason why I wanted to do this is, one, to make money, because we are a for-profit company, but also B, because I know that the world is coming to Dubai for crypto, and so there's no second better place to present products if you want to show them to your customer. And so Dubai is really Dubai and the UAE in general, but this is really the place to be when you want to do crypto. After that, in general, I would say Asia. And who knows, after the American presidential elections, maybe the US again. But right now, it's Dubai and Asia.
Pascal, nowadays everyone is talking about decentralized finance. And this is becoming the trend, actually, in the crypto security world. How is Ledger contributing to this ecosystem and at the same time making it secure for users?
Oh, yeah, in a big manner. So actually, as a matter of fact, we just announced the support of TorSwap in Ledger Live. I think it was yesterday or the before yesterday. It was actually a big news. I mean, we like it, and this is how we want to support it. Like, DeFi is good if it's from and back to your ledger. And actually, this is where it means something to have your private keys. If you don't have your private keys, you cannot interact with DeFi, right? So DeFi and Ledger is a good marriage that's going to last very long. And funny enough, the TorSwap news that we launched again yesterday or the day before yesterday was trending on X.com. We launched many things with many partners, but this is the news that captured the interest of most of our customers. And you should go online and check it out. Like, the comments and the people that reposting things were actually very good, and people were waiting for this. We see that DeFi is taking every year a bit more from CeFi. I believe, and I think in this room we believe, that DeFi will replace CeFi at some point. Maybe it's going to take years, but this is typically where we're going. And so definitely, whether it's on the consumer side, enterprise side, we are integrating more and more partners to make the life of our customers always more secure and easier when you want to engage with DeFi protocols.
Yes. One last question. How do you attract new institutions and users to the crypto space of Ledger?
For new users, we have actually an educational platform. It's called Ledger Academy. It's top 3 in the world. Sometimes we're number 2. I don't think we've ever been number 1, but we are on par with Binance and Coinbase. So it's a big educational platform online, and that's what we do for customers. And for financial institutions, we don't try to educate them. We wait for them to come, and when they come, we have a product for them. What we're trying to service is people that are already in crypto, and there are actually a lot. You already have, I would say between 2,000 and 3,000 very solid companies that would be considered financial institutions that are doing crypto today, and this is our core focus. I don't have enough money to try to convince those that don't believe in crypto to come in, but eventually they will come, and when they come, we'll be here.
Thank you so much, Pascal, for this interesting chat. And once again, I'd like to congratulate Ledger, specifically the CEO and chairman of Ledger, Pascal Gauthier, for the 10 years remarkable journey. Let's clap, everyone.
You're too kind. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Merci beaucoup.